He and I met in college. He was trying to get me to give him a chance all throughout college, and I kept saying no. But last night when he was giving his speech as the best man, I was feeling so nostalgic, and I was kind of feeling a little bit of regret. I was like, you know, I kind of have this feeling that he was the one that got away. The thing that I wanted the entire time was in front of me the whole time.
She saw the guy she rejected 11 years ago and instantly regretted it. Like the video, subscribe, stay on the path of progress. Let's get into it.
Unfortunately, I am no better than any of the emotionally unavailable men that have ever broken my heart, because I too used to be extremely emotionally unavailable. And I can now say that I truly understand why men will come back to one specific woman over and over again, because the one that got away, it's real. And maybe I'm generalizing here. I know that men go back to women for other reasons, but I choose to believe that some of them actually are just emotionally unavailable and get afraid to commit to someone and push that person away, which is exactly what I did when I was 25 years old. So I was at my friend's wedding last night, and the best man at her wedding was actually the first man that I have ever had like any sort of relationship with in my adult life. He and I met in college. He was trying to get me to give him a chance all throughout college, and I kept saying no. And then a few years after college, I finally decided to give it a go. So like, this man was pursuing me hard, but me being the 20-something-year-old I just viewed him as a friend, and because of that reason, I just couldn't like view him as anything else. But anyways, this man saw me and still sees me to this day exactly the way that I strive to be seen by a partner. I just didn't realize it at the time. Like, he could read me like nobody else, and I would barely even tell him anything, but he just somehow saw right through my soul. And that's exactly the kind of relationship that I'm looking for. But when I was 25 years old, I was not self-aware to the level that I'm at now. I had done absolutely zero healing work. I had no idea why I was terrified of this man getting close to me and like actually wanting to get to know me as a person. And this is the really difficult thing about emotional unavailability, is there's a part of you that really enjoys being with that person, but at the same time there's a part of you that is trying to pull away so bad, even though you know deep down that this person is really good for you. And that's exactly what I was doing. He made me feel really safe, he made me feel really seen, but for some reason I just couldn't allow myself to like fully commit. So ultimately I ended it. I self-sabotaged it, and I kept looking for reasons as to why things couldn't work out between him and me. Luckily we didn't end on bad terms. Like, we still will catch up to this day.
You guys, I can basically guarantee you this is the majority of women. The majority of women have a guy in their past that got away. They have the guy that she was alpha widowed by, the guy she pines for always. It's not only thinking back on past relationships, but past flings with the Chads. He was the biggest and best she could ever get with, but she fumbled the bag. And now what always happens around that 30-year mark, 30, 35, something like that, their biology starts to tell them to settle down and have babies, because their time is running out. So now she's finally looking for a man to actually settle down with. This is just how modern women behave nowadays. They spend their prime years where they have the most marriage options. They spend 18 to 25. They spend all of those years on flings, on meaningless relationships, or just shooting straight for the stars, trying to get those guys that are celebrities, athletes, have tons of money, those kind of guys. But she spends all this time not being able to lock them down, or actually getting with one of those guys, but due to hypergamy, she thinks she can do better. So she breaks up with that guy and finds the next one. But they do this over and over and over until boom, smack 30, 35, you have no man, no children, no commitment, and you're just one cat away from being a cat lady. We have more to the story though, so let's keep watching.
Luckily we didn't end on bad terms. Like, we still will catch up to this day. But last night when he was giving his speech as the best man, I was feeling so nostalgic, and I was kind of feeling a little bit of regret. I was like, you know, I kind of have this feeling that he was the one that got away, because now that I'm more mature, now that I've done more work on myself, now that I have so much more life experience than I did when I was 25 years old, I'm realizing that The thing that I wanted the entire time was in front of me the whole time. I just didn't see it because I didn't know at the time that that was what I needed. And that's the funny thing, is that I think a lot of the times we don't realize what we really need because we're so focused on what we want. And that's not to say that you can't get what you want, but a lot of times what you actually want isn't what's best for you.
So this guy wasn't what she wanted when she was 25. And you guys, women always do this stuff where it's like ethereal. It's always vague. They never actually boil it down to what is actually going on. It's always like this astrology type BS. Oh, I just wasn't mature. I didn't know who I was. And you know, that means I had to get run through by 20 different dudes and now I'm mature. So what does that actually mean? Oh, he wasn't what I was looking for. Let's just keep it 100% real, dude. Women's mating strategy is the alpha beta dynamic, okay? In their earlier years, their prime years, where their value is at the absolute highest, they look for the alpha chads, okay? The guys that are tall, successful, in shape, chiseled jaw, the stereotype we always talk about. And those are the guys that have the endless options. So her getting with that guy is giving her this validation, okay? It's giving herself validation, like, wow, I can attract these really handsome guys. So a lot of the time they spend those early 20s, it's like an ego trip. It really is. Just jumping from guy to guy, like, wow, look at all these guys that I can get. But of course, she can't keep them around long term, and or she missed her opportunity with them, and she ages more and more. So now it's time to settle down and actually start a family. But here's the thing, those same guys in her early 20s, those alpha chads, they don't want her. They don't want anything to do with her anymore. Because now those guys are focused on the new batch of 20-year-olds. So what does she have to do? She has to look around for the beta bobs, and she goes, well, these guys aren't nearly as attractive as the alpha Adams, but he's pretty nice. He has a safe, secure job. I know he would never leave me. He would never cheat on me. So I guess I'll get in a relationship and start a family with that guy. But this is the thing. The beta bobs are not the ideal. They're not women's ideal, okay? So you see this, even if she does get in a relationship now, it will always be in the back of her mind, the alpha widow. She will always be thinking about those times in her 20s. And this is just one of the many reasons why you don't take women seriously that are getting older, okay? To put it lightly. That guy dodged a life-ending bullet. She still thinks she's the prize. Yeah, dude. 36 years old and still unmarried and single with a high body count. She's now ready. Wait till she hits 40. Yeah, dude, exactly. Another thing is with American chicks, every single time they say, oh, I needed to break up with a guy. I needed to learn more about myself. I need to experience the world. All that means is just jumping from guy to guy. That's it. Every single time a woman talks about having experiences, it means having experiences with a litany of different men. I just need to live life. I just need to live, laugh, love. Because bro, I guarantee you, there's somebody watching right now that has been told exactly that. I'm so sorry we had to break up. I just need to live life and experience the world. Bro. We all know what that means. Once a woman says no, she doesn't deserve a second chance at a better choice. 100%. You never take a woman back. The thing is, you can't take a woman back that breaks up with you. But you can take back a woman that you've broken up with. Still, it's usually better just to move on to the next chick because you already know what's down that path. But still, if you want to take a woman back, you can if you broke up with her. Leave your thoughts and comments down below.